Hello, everybody. I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. 50 years after Joe Namath and the guarantee, we are underway in Super Bowl 53. On the return, it's Ryan Smith. And a great return. Solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. First down, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. And that's the first connection, the number 1 overall pick in 2015, finding the number 7 pick in 2014 in Evans.
And what a great target Mike Evans is for Jameis Winston. Winston's a pretty accurate thrower, but that catch radius that Evans provides, that makes him that much more dangerous.
And he'll go on the ground. And he's got some space here. Past the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. With a first touchdown of the Super Bowl and a long one at that. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. And I'm sure for these guys, the break from the conference championship to the Super Bowl seems so long. To get out here and score that first touchdown has to take some tension out of the game.
Oh, I love the point you just made about the gap between. Think about the pressure that is built in the interim. To come out and get the first points in the Super Bowl, fantastic for the team.
So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8, maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them at the end zone for the 2-point play.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
His athleticism in college was never in question. In fact, many NFL scouts thought he might be better suited to play receiver, but always believed in himself, always wanted to be a quarterback, and continues to prove his worth at that position in the NFL.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively, because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now Taylor. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
Well, what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted. First
time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Here's Winston. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Mike Evans, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times have we talked about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. Jameis to throw it. That is caught. He's got it. And the lead will move to 14-0. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And here now the offense heading back out there. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And trying to give a lift to this offense today will be the Duke, the former Cane, Duke Johnson.
Comes from a great tradition of runners at Miami of Florida. He's one of the best ones we've seen in recent years.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. On 2nd down, Taylor. And his throw here's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And, yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, Taylor. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team...
Oh, the Bucs swarm in and they block it. It's picked up, and this is a live ball, remember. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
However form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber with his 3rd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now here's Winston as his guys will line up and go for the 2-point conversion. Now Winston. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up, This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Taylor, and this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
Here's Britton Colquitt now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They've got to be saying, boy, thanks for this field position.
Yeah, remember their last drive in which they scored a touchdown. That one also began in excellent field position. So let's see if they can capitalize a second time.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. Finding room to the 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And that rushing touchdown is 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Here's Winston. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive. But they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Off the play fake, here's Taylor. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kendall Beckwith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
To throw is Taylor, and that is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And what a golden break here. This ball is going to be touchdown, but just outside of the red zone. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared.
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, 22 yards. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Winston. Buying time to his left. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vinny Curry. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Kendall Beckwith in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Yeah, this is going to be touchdown, but what a gift here. That's going to set the return team up in the red zone already. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you could see what's going on in the backfield and maybe The guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction. It might change what you do up front.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones taking it in from 24 yards out. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. Winston now. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. Two-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Catanzaro out now as he'll kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out. And the Browns getting set to go. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. His first half struggles continue. He has yet to complete a pass. Hard to believe.
It is, because I don't see anything wrong with him physically. Maybe he's a little amped up to begin with. Would have thought he would have settled down by now. I think someone's got to get in his ear. Got to be
Taylor hit. He lost the football, and the Buccaneers have it.
They went empty set there. No backs in the battlefield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Fighting him off. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, a 13-yard touchdown run. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Now Winston. And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational. You have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Ready. 319. 319. Watch 80. Watch 80.
Second and 10 now. It's Taylor. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get it to Jarvis Landry that time. And it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Ready. Flag 32.
Taylor now on third down. And that will be incomplete as well.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And this one's going to be touchdown right at about the 35-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time.
Through an opening, and there he goes. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Peyton Barber, 65 yards. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you, he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal. So now a two-point conversion attempt coming for Winston and the Bucs. They'll try and run it up the middle. Fights loose. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the two-point conversion for good measure. Needed a couple yards for the two-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass. So you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
Ready. 319. 319. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, D.
Throwing now, Taylor on first down. Pass incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. throwing again. Taylor, incomplete. The Browns on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And now another one thrown incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up 4th. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. As his guys are in for 6. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. The Buccaneer offense again out there to go for 2. They'll try and run it up the middle. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in 2-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Quan Alexander in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll give to High. And the ball's out. High fumbled it. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. That's going to set them back 5 yards. A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll run it here. Open space inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, a 21-yard touchdown run. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. Back to throw here. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. Drop you in now to first quarter action as the offense begins this drive. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now. And they touchdown, Tampa Bay! Peyton Barber, 49 yards. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit. The concentration.
So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over.
Hey. Now let's go. Green.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Room to run inside to 40. There he goes left side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, 53 yards. And this Buccaneer offense is running. So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. There he goes right side. And a cutback left to the crease here. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 48 yards. They've had a tough time tracking him down all night, and that might have been the best chapter in the Super Bowl book so far.
And I don't want to jinx him, but I just saw the engraver walk by with the Super Bowl MVP trophy. Maybe.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his... Pick it up, second quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive.
Leopard. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. Finding room inside the 40. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, he flat out can't be stopped. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one.
When you know you've got a home run hitter on your side of the ball, and you know that he can score for...
So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. He's got daylight. 20, 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. We pick it up second quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive.
Now let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber finding the end zone yet again. And the Bucs offense. So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10.
Set, lead,
And they'll go with a ground attack here. The 20. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber. He flat out can't be stopped. We pick it up second quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive. And they'll run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It was Denzel Ward in from his corner spot there to take him down for the loss.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line in a series of really good ones tonight. But I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
There he goes right side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber finding the end zone yet again. And this Buccaneer offense is running away. So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Oh, nice move. Room to run past midfield. He cuts right. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. And on the ground they go with a running back. Room to run inside the 40. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. Finding room inside the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones, 55 yards. And this... It'll be a 1st and 10 coming up as this offense takes over possession of the football in the 3rd quarter. And they'll go on the ground. There he goes right side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber finding the end zone yet. Third quarter action, and this offense will have a 1st and 10 as they get set for the next drive.
Gun!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. There he goes inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber, he flat out can't be stopped. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on.
That long run for a touchdown is a great example of if you get it.
Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. A give to Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones. So this offense will head back out there already in excellent field position thanks to the interception. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Space to run past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. We are in the fourth and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. Shrugs him off. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, he flat out can't be stopped. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. He finds an opening past the 40. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Peyton Barber. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. Room to run inside the 40. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Peyton Barber, he flat out can't be stopped. And this... Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. And they'll go on the ground. Past the 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 20, 10, and he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 60 yards. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, you look at...
Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
In order to lead.
We are in the fourth and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue ready. Players up.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. First quarter, Charles, you really emphasized the importance of winning the turnover battle as a visiting team, as an underdog. They haven't forced a single turnover in this game.
And right now they're losing, so no turnovers might lead to no victory.
And he's got room. Mike Evans, he's going to go. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10.
Ready.
A first down throw for Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
How precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again. He's also made adjustments.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on first down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On 3rd down, that's Barber. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10.
Ready, blue ready.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. There he goes right side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding. Offense.
So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
And they'll run it here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Let me go. Hands up.
Now Jones gets past one man, and now running right through it. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. We are in the 4th and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive 1st and 10. And on the ground they go with a running back. The 20. And he cuts it left and now room to move. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome. But a little... The Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won the Super Bowl, and they will hoist the Lombardi Trophy to cap an amazing season. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.